She's 75, but you'd never guess it by looking at her. Her skin is radiant, her back straight, her eyes bright and full of calm. And no, she hasn't had surgery. No fillers, no celebrity treatments, no secret potions. Just a life lived with intention and wisdom drawn from traditions much of the modern world has left behind. I want to introduce you to Kosato, a woman I met in Osaka, Japan, whose story profoundly reshaped my view of aging. When I first saw her, I genuinely thought she was in her early 40s. I even asked if her parents were still around, an awkward moment that led to a soft laugh and her gentle reply, "My parents? They passed more than 3 decades ago." That was the moment I realized something deeper was at play. Ko isn't famous, she's not on social media, and she doesn't chase attention. What she does have is a powerful presence and a way of life that's quietly transformative. This story isn't just about skin or food. It's about a worldview, a rhythm, a mindset that's accessible to any of us at any age. If you're a woman in your 60s or older, and you've ever felt like growing older means becoming invisible, Ko's story might help you see things differently. Ko was born in Kyoto in 1950, in a time when Japan was still rebuilding from the war. Life was modest and often difficult. Her father practiced calligraphy, and her mother cared for their home, growing vegetables and tending to a simple tea garden. Ko went on to become a teacher, guiding students through literature and history for over 30 years. Her presence in the classroom was calm, thoughtful, and deeply respected. Outside her work, she built a life with her husband, Hiroshi, a soft-spoken civil engineer. Their marriage lasted 33 years, marked by shared routines, quiet joy, and the raising of 2 children in a small but warm home filled with books and morning rituals. Hiroshi passed away from cancer when Ko was 58. She rarely speaks directly of her loss, but the way she moves through life, with reverence, with quiet strength, tells the story of her grief and resilience. She raised her children largely on her own after that. Her daughter lives in Tokyo now, her son in Nagano. They still visit often. Ko remains in her traditional home near the outskirts of Osaka, where she cooks for herself, walks each morning, and still writes handwritten letters. What makes Ko unforgettable isn't just her youthful appearance, it's her spirit. There's a steadiness to her, a clarity that feels rare. You sense it in the way she listens, the way she walks, the way she holds a conversation without looking at a phone. I couldn't stop wondering how someone who has lived through such deep personal change and such a fast-changing world could still carry this lightness. When I asked her, she answered simply, "I take care of the small things. I try not to rush." That's where the heart of her story lies, in those quiet details she tends to with devotion. In Western cultures, aging is often treated like a problem, something to delay, hide, or fix. But in Japan, it's different. Aging is seen as a process to honor, not fear. Ko lives by an old Japanese philosophy called Ikigai, a concept that doesn't have a direct translation, but roughly means a reason to get up in the morning. Her Ikigai isn't found in status or wealth. It's found in beauty, simplicity, and service. She paints delicate ink landscapes, sends letters to her grandchildren, and spends one morning a week volunteering at her local temple, sweeping walkways and arranging flowers. These are not chores to her. They are acts of care that give her life shape and meaning. She's also part of a moai, a lifelong circle of friends committed to supporting one another through the years. They've been together for more than 4 decades, sharing meals, stories, and quiet companionship. In Japan, these bonds are not optional. They're foundational. Modern science is only now catching up to what this culture has always known. Meaningful friendships strengthen the heart, the brain, and the soul. Ko's youthful glow isn't an accident. It's sustained by relationships that have endured for a lifetime. Ritual plays a central role in Ko's daily life. Lighting incense, preparing tea with care, cleaning slowly and with focus. These small acts ground her. They create space for presence. "If I rush," she once told me with a laugh, "I miss the beauty. And when you miss the beauty, you age faster. This is the essence of the Japanese way of living: to slow down, to connect, to give meaning to the ordinary. Ko is living proof that youth isn't measured by years, it's a way of being. And this way of being extends to her kitchen. If you want to understand why Ko appears decades younger than her age, look at what she eats. For her, food is a sacred act. It's not something she consumes out of boredom or stress. It's a practice of balance, gratitude, and care. Her diet may seem traditional, but in many ways it reflects the most current thinking in nutrition science, particularly in areas like anti-aging, inflammation, and gut health. Ko starts every morning with what she calls her grounding meal. It begins with a small bowl of steamed rice, not white, but a blend of brown, barley, and black rice, which she says keeps her digestion stable and honest. Alongside that, a gentle miso soup filled with tofu and seaweed, a piece of grilled oily fish, typically sardine or mackerel for their rich omega-3 content, and a few seasonal vegetables, lightly steamed, never overcooked. Sometimes she adds a sprinkle of sesame or a dash of soy sauce. What's missing is just as important: no sugary foods, little to no dairy, and no processed snacks. Her meals are centered around 5 foundational elements: freshness, seasonality, portion control, fermentation, and gratitude. Fermented foods are a cornerstone of Ko's diet. From miso to natto to pickled vegetables, she eats something fermented with almost every meal. Why? Because they support gut health, and in Ko's words, a calm stomach means a calm mind and a young face. Modern science backs her up. A balanced gut microbiome is linked to everything from glowing skin to mental clarity to stronger immunity. There's also something you won't see at her table: overeating. Ko follows a cultural practice known as hara hachibu, which means eat until you're 80% full. This habit, practiced by people in Okinawa, the region with some of the longest living people in the world, reduces calorie overload, helps with digestion, and prevents weight gain. And here's what's fascinating: Ko never diets. She doesn't count calories. She doesn't obsess over carbs or keto or trends. She simply listens to her body and stops before she feels full. She trusts the wisdom in hunger and the wisdom in restraint. Ko doesn't snack mindlessly, but she enjoys treats, just very differently. No candy bars or sugary drinks. Instead, she'll have a small piece of wagashi, a traditional sweet made with rice and beans, and sip matcha or sencha tea. These teas are full of antioxidants, especially EGCG, which has been shown to fight inflammation, support brain health, and even prevent skin aging. She drinks tea slowly, intentionally, never on the go, never with her phone. Ko eats what's grown close to home. She shops at the morning market. She chooses local. She eats seasonally. Her diet is high in fiber, high in nutrients, and low in inflammation. She avoids processed oils, packaged foods, and deep frying, but she never starves herself. She never skips meals. Her body is nourished, not punished. And maybe most importantly, Ko blesses her food before every meal. She pauses and says, "Itadakimasu," a phrase that means, "I humbly receive." It's not just polite, it's spiritual. It reminds her to eat with gratitude, not guilt, to honor the hands that grew the food, and to never take a full plate for granted. In the West, we chase after youth with expensive creams and superfood fads, but Ko has a secret. Youth is grown in the garden, cooked on the stove, and eaten at the table in peace. And that's exactly what she does. Up next, we'll explore the next pillar of Ko's youthfulness. Not what she puts in her body, but how she moves it. At 75, Ko doesn't go to the gym. She doesn't run marathons. She doesn't lift weights. But her body is strong, her spine is straight, her movements are fluid and pain-free, and when she walks, it's with the quiet confidence of someone who feels deeply at home in her body. Ko doesn't follow an exercise regimen. She simply moves. Her life is shaped by continuous, gentle motion. From morning until night, her body remains engaged. She squats rather than bends, chooses walking over idleness, stretches instead of slouching. This, she says, is one of the keys to her vitality. Still, water goes stale, she told me, and so does the body. Each morning, Ko takes a walk that lasts about half an hour. She doesn't march or race. She strolls, fully present. She walks to clear her thoughts, observe the shifting seasons, and stay in tune with her breath. Her posture is upright, her arms swinging loosely, her gaze ahead, not out of habit, but out of care. This isn't just cultural wisdom, it's backed by science. Regular walking, even at a relaxed pace, lowers the risk of conditions like dementia, heart disease, and depression, while helping preserve bone strength. Twice daily, Ko stretches for about 10 minutes. These aren't elaborate routines, just simple movements passed down from her mother. They echo traditional Japanese warm-ups and resemble do-in, a centuries-old practice of self-healing through movement. These gentle stretches maintain her flexibility and balance, supporting a body that still climbs stairs easily, carries groceries from the market, and kneels comfortably to tend her garden. What truly stands out, though, is Ko's posture. She holds herself with a dancer's grace, shoulders open, spine long, chin slightly lifted. Even the most mundane tasks are done with poise. She credits this to her grandmother's teachings. How you carry yourself, she was told, reflects how you carry your life. Good posture, in Ko's view, isn't just about form, it supports everything from digestion to confidence to emotional equilibrium. In many places, movement is framed as something to endure or tick off a list. For Ko, it's part of being alive. She cleans her home barefoot to strengthen her feet. She squats to reach for things instead of relying on gadgets. Her house is kept uncluttered, not for appearances, but so she can move freely through it. Your home should be like your body, she says, clear, light, and easy to move through. Even rest is intentional. Ko doesn't collapse into her chair at day's end. She sits upright, often in silence. Her discipline is quiet, rooted in mindfulness and balance, and it's served her well. She's never had back pain or joint issues, never needed surgery or regular medication. Her strength comes not from pushing her body hard, but from treating it with consistent, gentle respect. In a world that glorifies extreme workouts and rapid body transformations, Ko offers a gentler reminder. Movement should sustain life, not dominate it. The way you move, she says, shapes the way you feel, so move like someone who is alive and grateful. Ask her about her skin, and she'll say, "It's not my skin, it's my life that makes me look young." And in those few words is a lifetime of care, not indulgence. Her routine isn't built on luxury, it's shaped by intention, passed down through generations. Ko approaches skincare the same way she approaches everything else, slowly, patiently, and with full attention. She doesn't try to erase the signs of age, she nurtures the face she's lived in. Like her garden, her skin is tended with care, not control. Each morning and evening she follows a ritual that hasn't changed in decades. Cleanse, tone, moisturize, protect. There are no fads, no chemicals, no overcomplicated steps, just the wisdom of time-tested practices. The first step, a gentle cleanse. She uses a low pH cleanser, often made with rice bran or green tea extract. She avoids hot water, favoring lukewarm, saying, "Hot water feels good, but steals softness." Her goal is to purify, not strip, and she never scrubs. "My skin isn't a floor," she smiles, "it's silk." Next, she tones, with a traditional touch. Her toner is homemade, just rice water or green tea tapped gently into the skin with her fingertips. No pads, no waste. The process is more than skincare. It's a moment to slow down and breathe. Then comes moisturizing, both inside and out. Her face oil is a simple blend of camellia and squalane, lightweight and plant-based. She warms it in her hands, pressing it into her skin rather than rubbing. This quiet moment of touch, she says, also calms the nervous system. If the heart is tense, the skin shows it. She drinks plenty of warm liquids, tea and water, never iced, believing that internal hydration is as important as what's applied externally. Finally, sun protection. Ko has shielded her skin from the sun since her 20s, not with heavy makeup or extreme SPFs, but with consistency. A modest sunscreen, protective clothing, gardening gloves, and avoidance of harsh midday sun, these are her daily habits, not out of fear, but respect. I don't avoid the sun because I fear wrinkles, she says. I do it because my body deserves care. Once or twice a week, Ko takes a traditional Japanese bath, an ofuro, a deep soak in a warm water, usually with Epsom salt, yuzu peel, or green tea leaves. She scrubs gently with a silk cloth, never exfoliating aggressively. It's not just cleansing, it's spiritual. The bath is a place to release stress, reflect on the day, and emerge renewed. When I bathe, she says, I wash away not only the dust, but also my worries. Ko applies a light layer of rice bran oil to her arms and legs after bathing, believing that if you wouldn't eat it, you shouldn't put it on your skin. She brushes her hair 100 strokes each night with a wooden comb, like her grandmother taught her. It stimulates the scalp, distributes natural oils, and keeps her silver strands smooth and elegant. Her hands, still soft and graceful, are never without gloves when cleaning or gardening. Our hands tell the truth about our age, she says, so I treat mine like old friends. I never overwork them. Ko believes that the skin reflects the state of the soul. She doesn't aim to look young, she aims to feel well, and that feeling shows. She once said to me, if you want to look young at 75, don't focus on creams. Focus on sleep, on peace, on how you speak to yourself when no one is listening. Because to Ko, true beauty doesn't shine. It glows quietly. It doesn't demand attention. It reflects harmony. Ko's life is a masterclass in aging gracefully, but the most powerful part of her story isn't her flawless skin or youthful posture. It's her approach to life. So, what can you take from Ko's journey? What are the practical daily steps you can use to unlock your own vitality, no matter your age? Embrace simplicity and routine. Ko's daily life is built on simple, nourishing routines. She doesn't complicate her days with unnecessary stress. She wakes early, eats mindfully, and moves with intention. What you can do. Begin with small, intentional habits. Wake up at the same time each day. Eat food that's fresh, simple, and full of nutrients, and eliminate unnecessary clutter from your home and mind. Simplicity is the first step to peace. Find your Ikigai, your reason to wake up. Ko has a deep sense of purpose, whether it's tending her garden, writing letters, or spending time with family. She has a reason to wake up each morning. What you can do, discover your own Ikigai. It doesn't have to be big. It could be a hobby, a passion, or a project that gives you joy and keeps you engaged. When you have something to look forward to, age becomes just another season in your life. Respect your body. Movement is life. Ko doesn't exercise for aesthetics. She moves because her body deserves respect. Her simple daily movements, walking, stretching, light activity, keep her flexible and strong. What you can do, focus on consistent movement, not intense workouts. Stretch every day, walk for 20 to 30 minutes daily, and practice good posture. Take the stairs. Your body will thank you as it remains flexible, strong, and energized. Number 4. Cultivate emotional resilience. Let go of bitterness. Ko has learned the art of letting go. She doesn't let bitterness or regret consume her. Instead, she cultivates peace within herself, accepting life as it is. What you can do, release old grudges. Practice forgiveness, not for others, but for your own peace of mind. If you've experienced loss or pain, create space for healing. Surround yourself with positivity and let go of negativity, both in people and thoughts. 5. Stay connected. Nourish your relationships. Ko's relationships are a cornerstone of her longevity. She invests time and energy in those who bring her joy and peace. What you can do: build your own support system. Spend time with family and friends who uplift and encourage you. Share your thoughts, your heart, and your time. Loneliness accelerates aging. Connection is a powerful force for vitality. Finally, Ko teaches us to be present in our lives. Every moment is an opportunity for gratitude, and every day is a gift. What you can do: practice mindfulness. Find moments of stillness every day to appreciate the beauty around you, whether it's the sound of birds, the taste of a warm meal, or the laughter of loved ones. Let it fill you with gratitude. A grateful heart is always youthful. Ko's life is a testament to the fact that aging is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. Because the beauty of life is not in how young we look, but in how vibrantly we live. The secrets to aging with grace, vitality, and peace are not hidden in jars or pills. They are in the way we choose to live each day. So, start today. Begin with small steps and remember, youth isn't something you chase. It's something you nurture from within. If you found inspiration in Ko's story, subscribe for more wisdom on aging gracefully and living your fullest life.